of course, if we're gonna do French wines, we have to do a Syrah, and it has to be a Crozes-Hermitage. I love Crozes-Hermitage, and Syrah is probably my favorite red grape, although it's like picking your favorite child. It depends on the day, right? You thought I was gonna say something else, didn't you? All right, this is the 2020 Domaine Les Hauts de Mercurol. Now the reason that they have this tower on the label is that this winery is right next to the ruins of a castle that was built in 1042. They have a view of the hills and the mountains that surround the vineyards. And the thing about this is a property of Yves Chiron, who is a very well-respected winemaker. I'll tell the story. They also make the Gigondas, so I will tell his full story in the Gigondas video, but I had an opportunity to meet him and sit down with his daughter last year. They are not messing around. This is a really serious winemaking family, and they only pick the best of the best properties. So the thing about this is that when the Chiron family decided to buy a property in Crozes-Hermitage, they knew that the most important thing was that it had granite. There are a lot of properties in Crozes-Hermitage that are on the alluvial plain. The best sites for Syrah have granite, and that is what this wine has. So you're really gonna taste the quality in this bottle. It is destemmed, which is very common with Syrah, especially when you're trying to have an earlier drinking style like Crozes-Hermitage. And then it is aged 50% in oak barrels and 50% in cement tank. The reason they do the cement tank is to get the texture going. So you get some textural components, some oxygen inside of the wine, and yet you don't get the oakiness. So they're really looking for pure varietal character, very typical of the Chiron wines, which you'll also see in the Gigondas. So as you look at this, 2020 was a spectacular year in the Northern Rhone, and you look at this color, it is so dark. You can look at it's almost like a ruby purple. You look at it on a piece of paper, you can't even read the words through it. Give it a swirl and a sniff. You want to decant this one for about 20 to 30 minutes, incidentally, because that's going to give it a lot more character. So don't drink it right out of the bottle. But what you're going to get when you smell it is just this dark fruit and sauteed herbs. You will get a little bit of the toasty oak, but it's got kind of a damp earth, black pepper. I'm getting some sage off of it. It is just really savory. Taste it. Such a classic example of Syrah from Crozes-Hermitage. Medium bodied, really nice tannin, but it's not over the top. You get this spicy finish. There's almost a sense of salinity in it too, minerality, and it's got this bright acidity. They've done such a nice job with this, and growing it on the granite gives it great balance. This wine is so delicious, such a terrific one, especially if you're a Syrah lover like me. You're gonna serve it at 55. I already mentioned, make sure you decant it. Comté cheese, this is gonna go fantastically well with it. That's what they serve it with in Rhone. But red meats with an herbal rub, eggplant and lentils, food with just has a little bit of a heft to it, eggplant, that's going to do really, really well with this wine. It's a spectacular version of Crozes-Hermitage, certainly a lot more power and a lot more serious than some of the other versions out there. What a wine, delicious.